Hello guys, so today we're gonna read about two chapters, two artists. So the first one is gonna be Gustave Caillebotte. Born August 19, 1848 in Paris, died in February 21, 1894 in Paris. Gustave Caillebotte had a very significant stamp collection that can be still seen at the British Museum in London. Gustave Caillebotte. It took a long time before the young painters of Impressionist period could make a living from their new art. Fortunately, however, one of their friends was Gustave Caillebotte. Gustave's parents had left him and his brother quite a lot of money. Caillebotte used his wealth to help his friends buying many of their paintings. Gustave was an outstanding painter of his own right, but he painted much differently from other Impressionists. His pictures are not created as spontaneously and loosely, but instead they are much more exact and orderly. Gustave's art looked more traditional. Many critics championed him as just about the only Impressionist who could paint correctly. At first glance, his works did not seem to be Impressionist. Yet, in their own way, they are indeed. One of the most significant innovations of Impressionism was portraying everyday life in Paris. Caillebotte's Paris Street Rainy Day is a typical example of what can be more normal than people walking along the street. The picture is, however, almost 10 feet, 3 meters wide, and over 6.5 feet, 2 meters deep. This size makes the people in the painting look especially lifelike. If you stand in front of the picture, you almost feel the need to step to one side and let the couple on the sidewalk pass you. Caillebotte wanted to show through its size and complex style that such a modern painting could be just as impressive as traditional large paintings in museums. Caillebotte bought many of his friends' paintings. After his death, his collection became a heart of the major Impressionist collection at Musée d'Orsay in Paris. You can see the paintings there if you visit Paris, or you can look them on www.museeorsay.fr. Gustave Caillebotte, Paris Street Rainy Day, 1877, Art Industry, Chicago. Large modern boulevards were built at that time of Impressionist. They still look almost the same to this day, except for the trees and cars. And this is the picture here, like you can see, that I told you about. Now moving on to the next artist, Edgar Degas. Degas was born July 19, 1834 in Paris, died on September 27, 1917 in Paris. Edgar Degas was the son of a banker and had 4 siblings. His mother died when he was just 13 years old. Degas was interested in anything that moved: horses on racetracks, people in the street, and all above dancers at ballet. When artists want to paint figures in their work, they often use models who have to remain in the required pose until they have been correctly sketched. This is what you learn at art school. And if you become really good at it, you can draw people very quickly and even when they're in motion. Degas was able to capture movement better than almost any other artist. He often went to the theater and drew the dancers as they rehearsed. They did not stand still and wait for him. He had to draw them quickly in order to capture the correct impressionism and the right movement. Degas especially favored the use of pastel shades. This soft chalk paint was much more practical in used in the theater than oil paint. Edgar could not work much more speedily with it. He can also mix the paintings very easily by using his fingers. Edgar Degas ballet dancers, the Star, L'Étoile, 1876 and 1877, Musée d'Orsay, Paris. Degas often painted from unusual angles. This painting was done from a very stop close to the stage. So this is the picture here that I just now told you about. About this picture, I'm now going to read you about it. Edgar Degas had dancers practicing at the bar. 1877, Metropolitan Museum, New York. Water cans were often used to keep the floor damp so that the dust would not come up during the dance. Now this is the picture this is the picture here. Moving on to the next page about Edgar. Photography also helped Degas better portrait movement. During the artist's lifetime, new kinds of cameras enabled people to take photos very quickly. Degas used such cameras to photograph men and women, and he often reproduced the images in his own paintings. Degas became blind in 1889 and began to work as a sculptor. He used clay and solid wax to model delicate fingers, especially horses and his beloved female dancers. It is astonishing to imagine how Edgar managed to do this. Why don't you try it yourself? Go have a shaping figure from Play-Doh. It is not easy. Try to draw your friends while they're playing sports or dancing. It requires a lot of practice, but it's great fun, too. You can even take photos of your friends and then make drawings of the pictures you've taken. Let's find out how good you are at showing movement. Edgar Degas at the races, 1877-1878, Musée d'Orsay, Paris. Everything in this picture looks random, the movement of the horses and the people. The whole frame looks as if it was photographed. And this is the picture I just now told you about, this big picture. And now, the next page. Tomorrow we're going to read about a woman artist, Berthe Morisot, and hope you enjoyed about today's two artists. See you soon. Bye.